Okay, so once again, YouTube has made life difficult. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm so sorry that I am 5 minutes late. I was sitting here for 20 minutes ready to push go live, and the minute I push go live, everything starts spinning. So we are live, and if you'll give me one more second, I have to do all those things all over again. I come on here 30 minutes ahead of time. I literally, guys, I am doing so much work. I'm doing so much work at jumping through so many hoops to make this thing work because we don't have 50 subscribers. Oh my gosh. Please, 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 can we just share this show and get to 50 subscribers already? Because this is really driving me crazy. Anyway, good morning, good morning, good morning. I need to do some more fixes now because everything that I had already set up on the other stream is now garbage. It has to be all done over again. So let's do this. I'm going to go back and we're going to go back into studios and we're going to get everything fixed. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. We have to delete that whole live stream. It's going to be fine. All right, we got to go to YouTube Studios. And good morning, good morning, good morning. I am happy to be on the air with you today. I, up until like 10 minutes ago, was having the most fabulous, fabulous day. I don't know about you. It's really strange. Some people would look at my life and go, oh my gosh, your life is falling apart, right? Falling apart. I've had some massive life challenges in the last day. 24 hours. And I've had almost no sleep last night. Oh, it's been so great. And we get to choose. We get to choose our attitude. We get to choose our tude. And today I am choosing joy no matter what. My son sent out a text in our group, our family group chat this morning and said, oh my gosh, I'm so sick. Please, somebody, can you just go get me some stuff? You know, like the Vicks and the cold medicine and the soup and the tea and the honey and all those things, right? So he sent out an SOS. Please, 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 can somebody help me? And I am available. And so I ran over to Target this morning and I got him all the stuff, and I had this amazing conversation with the cashier at Target. I was there yesterday with my daughter, and so she recognized me, and she's like, oh, you're back. I'm like, I know, my son is so sick now. Anyway, so we had this great conversation. You know, like connecting with people makes me feel amazing, even when I've had no sleep, even when people could look at my life and say, it's falling apart. Why are you like this, Faith? Why are you so happy? Right? Okay, so I have found the live stream. I'm using my laptop to be able to see the comments and interact in the chat. And I'm using my phone, which has been tricked into thinking that my phone is a desktop because I'm using Chrome. So I had to change it to the desktop version to be able to even go live. Because we don't have 50 subscribers yet. We're just going to keep waiting because eventually we are going to get there. I think we're at 15 or 14, and that is okay. It doesn't matter to me. I can do this all day long for months and months and months on end if I have to. But as you can see today, I've had to do some tweaking. I was trying to figure out why it was doing that freezing thing. So I talked to Gemini and I got a list of stuff that I could fix on my phone, optimize settings, la, 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 la. I did that whole thing today. It took 30 minutes before we started the stream to try and figure this stuff out for you guys. And I pushed go live and it froze anyway. Sometimes the best laid plans of mice and men, right? Okay, so what I'm doing right now, just so you know, is I'm on my laptop right here, which you can't see, and I am going to put all of this stuff that was in the description that was beautiful, all this stuff that I had already done once before. We're just going to do it again. Why not, right? Okay, so there we now have all the resources. So in the description, of this video is going to be the resources, and that is like 211, NAMI, lots of different resources there that if you need some help, that's where to go to find those resources. They're always going to be in the description. So the next thing we're doing is uploading a thumbnail. That's uploading. Give it a second. I'm actually in the Lowe's parking lot, believe it or not, this morning. That's why we don't have the mirror and we don't have the nice view and la 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 la. The nice view is down the street where we were the last on Tuesday with the pond and everything. That is down the street, but down the street has no Wi-Fi. Lowe's has Wi-Fi. So I was hoping that if I came on here and I connected my laptop to the Lowe's Wi-Fi and used my phone only for the stream, right? I was trying to minimize anything that could possibly go wrong. I've jumped through so many hoops for you guys. I just love you guys so much. I really, 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 like, this is my heart. This is my heart, to connect with people and to be there for people. That is why I am still on this planet. I believe that with everything in me. The next thing that I have to do is I have to share the show to the other broadcast. So if you'll just give me 1 second to do that now. Oh yeah, copy. There's a little copy button. That's so great. All right, so we're going to put that. Where are we going to put that? Is there a share right from here? There might be. Maybe I have to go back. Maybe I can share it from this one. Let me see. This one is live. Okay. This one's live. Okay. All good. Here we go. Oops, my hair's doing something weird here. I don't know. Okay, so next what we have to do is we have to paste. Good morning, good morning, good morning, guys. I am so glad that you have chosen to spend a few minutes with me this morning. Okay, so we're going to paste that in here. We're getting so close now. Getting so close, guys. Okay, paste, paste, paste. We need to put a few spaces right in there if we can. Can we do that? A few spaces right here? I don't know. Let's try. Let's try this. We're just going to keep trying until we get it right. Practice makes perfect. Okay. We should be good. Good morning, good morning, good morning. What if I refresh this? Will the description be there? Let's just see. Okay. All right, it says there's no description. However, let's see about that. I wonder why it did that. All right, so it says now we have 2 people watching. Yay, yay, yay. I am so glad that you are here. I don't know what just happened. We don't want to do that. Go back. Okay, so let me see if I edit it. Why did it not save the description? We'll do it again. I can do this all day long because you guys are worth it. Absolutely, you are worth it to me. All right, if you'll just be patient, we will get this done and it will be great. All right, so this one, on this tab, we go here and we paste one more time and we save it. And it says the changes have been saved. So let's go to the broadcast. There they are. Yay, we are successful. Yay, 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 yay. Okay, so one quick housekeeping thing. If you pop into the chat and you wouldn't mind just typing in the chat, hello, that would be so, so great. I love connecting with people. I love to know your name. I love to know where you're watching from. I love it. to be part of your world. Thank you for coming and being a part of my world today. It's so important to me. Okay, so the next thing that I need to do, we don't want the top chat, we want the live chat. So that we know I can keep up with everything. All right, the next thing that I should do is share the show. So we'll do that next. Heavens, 10 minutes. I have wasted 10 minutes of your time. I'm very sorry. So sorry. There has got to be a way to fix this. If you are tech savvy and you know how to help me, I can use all the help I can get, right? You're never, never, never too old or know enough to stop learning. Okay. Live stream crashed. Here is the new link. Okay. And we're posting to Facebook. I won't be able to do it to Facebook Live, I don't think. I don't think I can. Because I normally do that on my phone, and if I leave this window of the phone, then it's not going to happen. So that's okay. We're going to just roll with it. That's what we're doing this morning. We're rolling. I have been on a roll this morning. I have felt like that ever since I woke up. I went to Panera. So for those of you who don't know, we'll rewind, backstory here. My name is Faith. It's my real name, not just a name that I made up and got these cool earrings. It's my real, honest to goodness name. My mother gave it to me, and my father too. And I'm so grateful, really, really grateful that they did, because when I was growing up, I absolutely hated my name. Sorry, Mom and Dad, they're probably going to watch the replay. Yeah, I really hated my name for years and years and years, because I would always get teased, right? In school, the biggest thing that people would say to me all the time, do you have faith, Faith? And you know what, guys? I didn't have any faith. Really, I went through the motions lots of times. And deep down, when push came to shove and I had to have something to hold on to, what I had wasn't enough. And I felt like I wasn't enough most of my life. So yeah, there it is. So that, having that constant reminder, people would say my name, like whatever, right? All the time they would say my name. And it would just be this like little tiny knife inside my heart. Like, you don't really have enough faith. You don't have enough faith. You don't have enough faith. This constant invalidation of myself. I was invalidating myself. And that's what we're talking about today, guys. Again, we started on Tuesday. We started talking about invalidation. And so today we are going to just continue right along with that. I understand now, like when I'm looking at this live stream, it looks like, oh, now you can see my computer. I go up a little tiny bit. Let's see that. There we go. How's that? Pretty good. Now you can't see the roof of the van. Hopefully. You might be able to still. I don't know. Anyway, so let's back up a little bit about me. I am nobody of importance to most people. I don't have a PhD. I don't have credentials, none of that. I am not a psychologist. Disclaimer, it's in the description. I am not a certified counselor. I am none of those things that you should listen to me. And what I am is someone who has been through a ton of life, throwing crap at you and having to deal with it, having to find some way through it, like massive, massive life stuff. So, if nothing else, I know what it feels to be like fill in the blank, right? I know what it feels to be hurting. I know what it feels to be in pain. I know what it feels to have my marriage completely fall apart and really just be left holding all these pieces of my heart. I know what it feels like to lose a child. I know what it feels like to go through major health crisis. I have had all of these experiences that give me a little bit of something to share with others. And that's why we are here today. We are in the process of building a community where we can support each other because life is hard and messy. And I want to hopefully be able to build a community where we can be here for each other and we can share and we can be positive and kind and caring for those that are hurting around us. So that's the whole point of this channel. Welcome to it, Caring Connections with Faith. And that's what I want to do. I want to provide a platform where we can build connections with each other. So that's what we're doing here. Welcome to this. Let me see where I put my water. Here it is. I already had coffee today. I was up super early, like 6:30, because I didn't sleep last night really well. And so I just decided at 6:30, I'm going to just get up and go to Panera and do my stuff. So that's what I did. Went to Panera. Sat at Panera and did my things that I do in the morning. Put the water right there. That'll be good. Okay. So we have now been live for 16 minutes. So here we go. Let's talk about invalidation. So here's what we want to do. I'm going to give you a quick recap in case you weren't here on Tuesday. Just put my water right on the cord for the computer. So now my computer can't even move at all. Good, good, good. Okay. All right. What happens if I refresh this? So on Tuesday, we started talking about invalidation. Let me see here. Okay, good. Now we have a description in the box here that you guys can see. Good. And I don't know. Top chat, I don't want top chat. I want live chat. I've refreshed, so I got to fix this. So Tuesday, we started talking about invalidation and what that means. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a quick recap of Tuesday's stream, just so that if you didn't get to see Tuesday's stream, you don't have to go back and deal with it. You can just be caught up right now. Okay? So here is the quick recap. We're talking about invalidation. What does invalidation mean? Invalidation, the definition of invalidation, again, is the act of dismissing, rejecting, or failing to acknowledge someone's thoughts, feelings, or behaviors as being legitimate. Okay? It conveys the message that an individual's subjective experience is wrong, unreasonable, or insignificant. Okay? Did we catch that? So basically, in my version, this is the faith version. Instead of the Cliff Notes, this is my version. If someone holds their heart out to you and offers you something, whatever that is, a thought, a feeling, a belief, whatever that is, if someone holds that out to you and you go, whether intentionally or not, you go, I'm not going to deal with that right now. You are not real to me in this moment. I'm not dealing with that. However that happens, I gave some quick examples. I might go back and just give you a few of those examples in just a second. So that's what happens. It conveys the message that their subjective experience, subjective, which means subjective means it's theirs. It's how they really, truly feel. It's how they really see the world. And if they offer that to you and you go, well, That's not right. That's invalidation. And it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good. And what we talked about on Tuesday, we read an article by Derek Hart. And who is Derek Hart, you might ask? Good question, because I didn't do a good job of introducing him at all on Tuesday. I introduced him as a guy that I found on Facebook, right? Like, what kind of credentials is that? That was totally my bad, and I'm sorry. I apologize. We won't do that again. I'll try to do better. Okay, so now I'm going to tell you who Derek Hart is. So I have Googled Derek Hart, and I'm going to read you what it says. Derek Hart is a relationship coach, an author, and the founder of Understand Each Other. He is based in Marin County, California. He has spent over 3 decades counseling couples and individuals to help them repair relationship distress, heal attachment wounds, and build emotional security. He has over 39,000 hours. So that's a lot, right? Of direct counseling and coaching experience. He started his practice in 1990. All right, I'm going to copy this. And we're going to I'm going to copy all this, right? So you guys can have it. Copy, and we'll put it in the chat. That'll be an easy way to do that. So now you know who Derek Hart is. Here we go. Derek Hart coming at you. Can I do that? It might be too many. It's too many. Too many letters. All right. So we're getting there. Okay, I can't put all that in the chat at once, so we gotta tone this down a little bit. Oh, I see. Okay. All right, there we go. All right, so here I'll have to do it in 2 sections, okay? Coming at you, Derek Hart. Now let me do the next one. Counseling individuals, so I'm gonna copy the rest of this for you. Counseling individuals. And so this is what he does. I'm going to copy this part and see if we can get enough. Put that in the chat too. Okay, here we go. Putting this in the chat. And I did it again. How can that be possible? How many times is this going to do? All right, I'm going to have to do it in 3 chats. That's fine. That's fine. All right, here we go. Part 2. And part 3 is coming at you. Just give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, guys. All right, so I'm going to just put this one next. Let's see if this will work. Copy and paste. All right, good. Good. Here we go. Yay! I did it. I did it, guys. Look at that. Pat on the back for me. Little validation. Self-validation. How about that? Okay, so if you are watching and you would be able to pop into the chat and say hello, that would really mean the world to me, right? Just to say hi, so I know your name, I know where you're from, I know what's on your heart today. That would be awesome. Awesome. If not, welcome anyway. I totally get it. And for those that are watching the replay, I'm so glad you're here. I'm glad you're watching. And if you need anything, if I can be of help to you, please reach out. I'm going to do this spiel right at the beginning, more toward the beginning, so that people don't, if they don't want to watch the whole thing, they don't have to. If you go on my Facebook, on my YouTube page, the main page, Caring Connections with Faith, and you scroll down to the links, there is my email. It's caringconnectionswithfaith@gmail.com. If you want to connect with me, if you need anything, if I can help in any way, please reach out. I would love to be there for you. Send me an email and I will get back to you. I promise. Or the other option is to go to the post tab, the community tab here on YouTube, and we can talk there too. So I'm still working on the whole community, where we're going to build that community. So Discord may not be a great option for some people. So I'm trying to find a more secure area that we can build that community. So we're working on that. Okay, 24 minutes in, and I haven't even hardly started telling you my stories. I have another Panera story for you guys. The saga continues. This time, instead of being a negative experience, it was a wonderful, positive, validating experience. It was so great. And I'm so glad I get to share it with you guys so that you don't think my life is just this big, horrible negativity, right? So yesterday was a hard day for me. Yesterday, I had something happen right first thing in the morning that completely knocked me on my butt. So it was super, super hard, right? So wham, you wake up, wham, you're just blindsided right at the very beginning of the day. And so I took my stumbly self to Panera to get some tea. And while I am getting my tea, I'm standing there, I'm pouring the hot water, and there's this cute little guy beside me. He's a little bit on the short side and so cute. The guy was so cute. Anyway, he turns to me and he's like, "How are you doing today?" I'm like, "Okay, I'm doing," like it just comes out. It doesn't say like, "Oh my gosh, my whole world just fell apart." I don't say that to him. I just am like, "I'm good. How are you?" And he says, "I am so blessed." Like, this guy is like, his energy is right up there. He is doing great. And I'm like, "Wow, okay." I said, "Did you say that you're blessed?" He's like, "Yes, I am. I did say that." And I'm like, "Oh man, that's so great. I'm blessed too." My whole life is falling apart, right? And I'm like, "I'm really blessed. Like, this is awesome. This guy is awesome." He's like, "When I saw you, I just knew that there was something great about you." What? He doesn't know me from Adam, right? And he thinks there's something great about me just because I look a certain way? I don't know. I didn't even have my nails done yet. So yesterday, my daughter and I went to get our nails done together. And that is something that's such a luxury for me because I live on disability income. I am disabled. I have been disabled for 4 years and was able to get disability income 2 years ago now. 2 years ago. It took 3 years of fighting the system and proving the medical records, to get that disability income. And it's just little tiny pennies. It's impossible to live on disability income, guys. It just is. It's under $1,000, and that's my whole income. So I don't go and get my nails done because I can't afford it. It's fine. I'm fine with that. I do my own nails. It's fine. It's no big deal. So yesterday I thought, I'm having a really bad day. So why not go get my nails done? And my daughter loves getting her nails done. So speaking of my daughter, she just messaged me on Snapchat, which I've asked her not to do in the middle of a live stream. But let's just see what she wanted. Okay, I don't want that. I don't want that. How come I can't just see? What is she saying? Oh my gosh. 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 You guys are amazing. You guys are amazing. Oh man. Okay, so my daughter, I love you guys. Oh man. I never really thought that my daughter would watch my live stream, right? Because it's hokey. Your mother's like doing this stupid thing, right? And here she is. Here she is sending me a Snapchat that I'm doing great, that she's watching the stream. Oh my gosh. You guys are amazing. Okay, so this is like the total opposite. I have to tell you the story of what happened. I got to tell you the guy first, right? So the little guy in Panera, he's so cute. And he's like, I can just tell that you're awesome. What? Total validation of me. And he doesn't even know me. So I was so like flustered at that moment. I was like, okay. And I got my tea and I like ran out of the store. What's wrong with me? I should have like talked to him and all this stuff, right? Okay. So I didn't do that. I just ran out of the store like a nut. Anyway, so now let's talk about Tuesday. So I started sharing about invalidation, and I started talking about Derek Hart's article, and I started giving examples, and I'm doing this live, right? So it's live. I can't stop in the moment and say, hold on a second, guys, I'm having a moment, which I did mention that on the stream. And the moment that I was having, just full disclosure, I didn't, it's so much to process when you're going live. So I'm going live, and I have this person that is a part of my life that I love. Actually, I've mentioned my friend Frank on this stream before, my friend Frank who passed away. And this person actually reminds me so much of Frank. I guess I have a lot of Franks in my life, but that's okay because I love Franks kind of people. Anyway, so I'm in the middle of the live stream on Tuesday. And when I said I need to take a second and I need to regroup here because I was being invalidated, what was happening in that moment, full disclosure, this person that I love and is amazing, by the way, is amazing in their own right. And they have their quirks, no doubt. So they were watching the live stream. Okay, they showed up to the live stream. And then I start talking about the article about validation, and I'm giving the examples, and I'm talking, and I'm doing it. And then a text comes in, like 3 or 4 texts that really what I'm saying is psychobabble and BS. Talk about invalidation. It was the perfect example, right? But like I said, when I was reading the article, it says invalidation at its core is any moment where one person's inner experience reaches out toward another and is met with something other than recognition. Okay? So your nervous system recognizes that moment where you reach out and someone, for whatever reason, can't grab what you're giving them and then shuts you down. And your nervous system knows that. So here I am on the live stream, totally getting attacked in my personal texts. So I'm just, for future reference, I'm turning those texts off, and I put my phone on do not disturb today. So nobody can do that ever again, except for my daughter, who is not sending me messages on text. And if she needs me, I will always be available to her. So there you go. And thank you for reaching out this morning, my love. Anyway, here we go. So we're talking about Derek Hart. I posted in the chat who Derek Hart is. He does have experience behind him. It's not just some random guy mouthing off about invalidation. He really knows what he's talking about. So now what I wanted to do is just give a couple examples really fast. And then we're going to go on to talk about social invalidation, because that ties into my Panera experiences. So I didn't get a chance to talk about my conversation with Gemini the other day. So that's what we're going to talk about today in the 20, 30, 40 minutes we have left. Okay, so here's some examples really, really fast so that you know what we're talking about. Okay, so if someone says that they are cold and you say, it's not cold in here, that's invalidation, because you've taken what their experience is, they're feeling cold, and you've said, well, you're wrong, it's not cold in here. You were focused on the temperature instead of their feelings. Okay, one example. Next example, someone's trying to tell you a story, and you know some of the details of the story, and they get a detail wrong. So you jump in, you interrupt them, and you say, well, that detail was wrong. So now, instead of hearing the story that they're trying to offer you, you are correcting them and basically saying what you're saying is invalid because you're not being truthful. Okay, that's invalidation. Next, someone tries to share something that they're excited about, and you're on your phone or you're busy doing something else, and you give them a, that's nice, when really you're not even paying attention to them. That's not validating them at all, right? That's invalidation. Okay, these are not crimes. This not means you're a terrible person. We're not character assassination here. We're not. These just things that we just do them. Everyone does it. It's not a big deal, but it is a big deal because it hurts people. It hurts us when it happens to us. So the whole point here is, how can we do this different? And so that our interactions with people are kind and loving and helpful, right? Okay, so I've given you the examples. We've talked about Derek Hart. Now let's talk about my chat with Gemini. So that's what we're going to do next. So what I have to do is I have to get over here to Gemini. I already had it pulled up. Where did it go? Let me find it. 1 second. 1 second. I need Gemini now. Gemini is right here. And I'll pull up the chat that I had with Gemini and we can talk about that. So if you have anything that you would like to add to the stream, that would be awesome. Now is the time. How do you feel about invalidation? Has it happened to you? Can you give me any examples? Right? Okay, so we're pulling Gemini up. And I'm going to tell you what Gemini and I talked about, because when I was thinking about it and I was thinking about the Panera experience with the guy and the super loud music and podcast guy who was crazy loud. Not now. Okay. Then I thought, man, that certainly felt like invalidation to me. I wonder if it was. All right. I'm looking for the chat. My chat with Gemini about invalidation. Okay. Okay. Ready. All right. Hold on 1 second. I'm trying to find it. Man, I really talk to Gemini way too much. All right. Except for tomorrow, adding links. Okay. Where is my chat with Gemini? Partners, blah, 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 reconnecting. Okay. Well, maybe I can't do it. Man, okay. Hold on. Maybe I did pin it and it's just stuck somewhere. Let me find it. It's not there. Anyway, that is not cool. Where did my chat go? All right. So anyway, Gemini said that the way I was feeling about being invalidated, you know, that moment where you're like, oh man, you didn't hear me or see me, was actually, it's called social invalidation. I'm still trying to find it because I really thought I pinned it and it's not there. Maybe it's here in this. Maybe I put it in another chat. Nope. Not there. It's definitely not any of these. It's not any of these things. It's not. What could it possibly have? I should have like renamed it. You know, when you go on Gemini, you can rename stuff. That's what I should have done. Ready to help. Let's try this. It's not that. It's not that. It's not that. Nope. Sorry, there's a big plane going overhead. It's kind of loud. Fake celebrity fraud. Okay. Calendar, reminder, la 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 la. Health language, schedule. It was like 2 days ago. It was on Monday, actually. It happened. Anyway, so I just would love to know because she had such great information. We'll just put a new chat. How about I just start a new chat with Gemini, right? I'll do it right now while we're on the stream. Why not? Okay. Remember the conversation. Hold on. We had about social invalidation. Invalid. It would be helpful if I spelled right. I'm an English teacher and spelling is hard for me. Social invalidation. I need that chat. Okay, let's see if Jemmy can find it. Jemmy to the rescue. Let's see if she can find it. I don't have a direct full conversation. Okay, so, all right. I can't find it. Oh, search chats. Oh, I can search chats. Wow, wow, wow. All right, search chats. Invalidation. Social. Okay, we're searching. 1 second. We're going to get there. Finding, fixing, ideal. Maybe, is it on there? I don't know why it would have been. It has to be back further. Okay. Oh, it's working. What is this? I don't know what it just did. Okay, so enough looking around. We're wasting time. We're wasting time. So basically, Gemini told me that I call her a she because that's the voice that I chose. What happened is she basically said that what is happening in those moments at Panera where someone chooses to meet their needs instead of anyone else around them, that is social invalidation. So the only thing that's important in that moment is their own need and not anyone else's. So that's why I felt that, oh man, because they didn't take the time to think about anybody but themselves. So it's a way of invalidating. She's just giving me the chats and she's not like searching for anything. That's a way of invalidating others because you're not acknowledging their needs around you. She had such good things to say. Man, it just makes me so sad that I can't find the chat. Anyway, it's my type A personality rearing its ugly head. Here we go. Being real with y'all. I don't like it when I mess up. I don't do that well. I don't handle it with grace. I don't give myself grace to mess up. All right. So, talking about invalidation, invalidation. How would someone playing loud music on speakerphone be invalidating around them? Okay. All right. I just put the question back in there. All right. Right. Okay, so here's what Gemini says. I just put it back in the chat and I asked her all over again because I couldn't find it. We're not going to waste any more time about that. This is what I wanted to talk about today, the social invalidation. So Gemini says this, and I'm quoting here, okay, reading. When we talk about invalidation in psychological or behavioral sense, we're usually talking about actions or words that communicate your feelings, your comfort, your presence, or your experience do not matter. So while playing loud music on a speakerphone in public is often dismissed as just rude or annoying, it's actually a textbook example of behavioral invalidation toward everyone that's sharing this space. Here is how that action sends an invalidating message to those around them. Number one, it implies that my experience is superior to yours. By broadcasting their personal audio into a shared environment, the person is making a unilateral decision for the whole group. They're essentially saying that my desire to hear this music or this podcast or this phone conversation out loud is more important than your desire for quiet conversation or peace. This explicitly minimizes and invalidates the comfort and the preferences of everyone else around them. Okay? ultimate invalidation. Number 2, it overrides your autonomy. In public or shared spaces, people have an implicit right to a reasonable level of control over their immediate sensory environment. When someone forces you to listen to their audio, they strip away your autonomy to choose what you consume. It communicates a total lack of respect for your personal boundaries. Number 3, it ignores the hidden impact on others. Shared spaces are filled with people experiencing a wide variety of internal states. Someone nearby might be decompressing after a chaotic, high-stress day. They might be managing sensory overload, anxiety, or neurodivergence. Or they might be trying to concentrate on a task or a private thought. When a person plays loud music without a thought for those possibilities, they're actively ignoring the needs of others. The underlying message is, whatever you're dealing with or you're feeling right now is not my problem. This is Gemini, I'm just reading. Number 4, we're at now, it forces unwanted intimacy. Sound is invasive. Give me 1 second to check here now and get back here. Sound is invasive. Unlike a visual distraction that you can simply look away, you can't easily look away from loud noises. Forcing people into your personal bubble of entertainment forces them to participate in your life choices against their will, which invalidates their right to personal space. At its root, invalidation is a denial of another person's reality. That's what we're talking about. When we deny someone else's reality. When someone blasts a speakerphone, they're acting as if they're the only real person in the room, reducing everyone else to background extras in their environment whose comfort doesn't require consideration. Okay? That's what Gemini has to say about this whole business that I've been experiencing lately. So now we come to the crux of the matter. We've got I don't know. We'll probably try to go till noon today just because of the live stream issues at the beginning. And I started late and we got going slow and all those things. So let's talk about now, what do we do about it? Right? What do we do about it? We have 2 things to talk about here. Our actions and our reactions. 2 things. So first thing is our actions. And that's what I've been dealing with, trying to figure out myself, so that when this happens to me, how do I react in the moment? Right? So when someone's loud around me and they're not being considerate, so far I've tried 2 different things. I've tried the blaring the bagpipes, tried that. That didn't work out so well. I mean, it did because I didn't have to have a confrontation, but it was loud. Everyone else had to I was being invalidating to everyone else in the effort to make the one guy stop invalidating me. Next, I tried direct request, right? So I went to the guy. The second time I went to the guy and I said, hey, would you mind turning down your music? And he said, okay. But then when his wife got the phone call and she's talking away on her speakerphone to whoever's on the other end, and she was not thinking about anything. Again, none of this is to be cruel. We just do it. It's just habit. It's just our nature. It just happens. Nobody's trying to be cruel. I get that. I don't think people are intentionally walking around trying to be cruel. We just don't think. We're just knuckleheads. We're just knuckleheads. I think it's fine. Okay, so I tried the requesting, and that ended up in a huge disaster. So now my next idea Idea number 3 is to go and buy some headphones and offer them to people. So that's what I'm going to do next. That's my next idea of how I react to these situations, which are like ultimate invalidations. So I'm going to go, and I haven't had time yet, but I'm going to head to Five Below and I'm going to get some headphones and I'm going to offer them to people. It happened, I mentioned it briefly on Tuesday. It happened on Monday at the laundromat. So this lady came in and I don't know what she was listening to. I couldn't really tell, just that it was this loud male voice. I don't know if she was talking to someone. I don't think she was, but it was just really loud, this male voice going on and on and on. So maybe it was a podcast too. I don't know. So that's what we're going to do next. We're going to go and we're going to get some headphones and I'm going to offer them to people and see how they react. So that's my next social experiment that I'm going to try. So if you guys want to be a part of that social experiment and you want to help me out, I've already mentioned that I live on disability. That's why I live in the van. Number 1, I live in the van because I have really bad PTSD and it's super hard to be inside buildings. And number 2, who can afford rent of any kind on less than $1,000 a month? So that's why the tip jar is there. And if you happen to have a little bit of extra and you wanted to be part of this community and you want to contribute to maybe buying some headphones, the tip jar is there. It's pinned in the chat and it's in the description. If you wouldn't mind and you had $5 to buy a pair of headphones for somebody so that I wouldn't have to shoulder all of the burden of buying all these headphones by myself, then that would be fantastic. If not, I totally get it. Everyone is struggling. I totally get it. And I am not begging. This channel is not about begging for anything. This channel is offering a safe, kind place to land when you are hurting. And that is the full stop version. I put the tip jar there solely for in case someone wants to help and wants to be part of this community, then it's there for you to do what you want to do. No pressure. No pressure on my end. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to try and offer some headphones to people and just see what happens. I think that it's popular. Seems to me it's popular that people like social experiments. I like to watch social experiments. You know, those people that go live and they go like talk to people on the street and stuff. I think that's very interesting. Like I said, psychology is one of my passions, even though it's not what my degree is in. I have a bachelor's degree in deaf culture, so sign language, and Christian education. Those are my 2 degrees, 2 focuses of my bachelor's degree. Not 2 degrees. I don't have 2 degrees. I might go back to school. I'm thinking about going back to school for psychology, but right now, not so much. It's not in the cards right now. Maybe once life gets a little bit less stressful, if that ever happens. I don't know. Maybe you got to just jump in with 2 feet. Okay, so we talked about the reactions. Now, let's talk about actions. Sorry, I need some more water. Let's talk about actions. So we know that we invalidate people unintentionally. So that means if we want to do something different, what does that look like, right? What does it look like to do something different to make sure that the people around us aren't feeling that way when they're around us? Because we don't want that, right? Nobody wants that. We don't mean to do it. So let's just make some conscious choices here and change our actions so that we don't do that to people. Here are some of the examples that Derek Hart provides that we can do instead, how we can fix it. All right. So let's get to some of his examples. So this will be his examples, not mine. Maybe you guys have examples that you could provide that would be great ideas. That would be so awesome. If you would leave them in the comments, that would be so great. All right. So here's what he says. Now, here is the part, I'm reading the article again. Here is the part that can change things, and it's simpler than you would think. You can stop all of it. You will never catch every tiny no, but you don't have to become perfect. Yay, right? Awesome. You have to become able to see, even sometimes, the moment that someone is reaching. And you have to learn to do one different thing in that moment. Okay, he says it's fairly easy. So here are the examples again and what we can do differently. So that'll give us a springboard to think about other things we can do too. So if someone says they're cold, before you say anything about the temperature, you say, oh man, you feel cold. And then you say, come here, let me warm you up. Or could I get you a blanket? Or how could I help? Right? That's meeting them. They're offering your heart and you're meeting them. Their reality is met instead of corrected. Okay, next example. When someone says they've had a hard day, before you fix anything, you say, oh man, that sounds so rough. Tell me about it. So now you have met the person holding that out to you before the problem. Next example. When someone is in the middle of a story and they get the day wrong, or they get the time wrong, or they get a detail wrong, you just let it stand. You say nothing, because the story isn't about the day or the time or the details. Their reaching is met. They're offering you something is being met and valued instead of interrupted. Okay, next example. If someone says that they did something at work and nobody noticed, right? So you put down your phone, you put down whatever it is you're doing, you stop what you're doing if someone talks to you about something, and you say, hey, I hear you, and that really sucks, and I'm sorry that that happened to you, and is there anything I could do to help? Right? That's meeting the person. They're holding their need out to you and you're like, I would love to help you. I see you, I hear you, I can be here for you. That's the whole point of this channel. We want to be here. We want to see each other just as we are. Flawed human beings that are broken, that are hurting, and we want to hold each other's hearts gently and kindly. That's the whole point here, right? Okay, so that's what we're trying to do. All right, so those are the positives. Those are the actions that we can change. So again, I have mentioned Dr. John Deloney. I can get his channel and I can give you a link to his channel because he is amazing. I will do that. Dr. John Deloney is a psychologist and he has been working for over 20 years in this industry. And he is awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So what I need to do is go to the home and I need to figure out my history. That's what I need to do. I need to go, I just search. I can just search for him. That would be so much faster. Dr. John Deloney. Okay, coming right up here. Hold on one second. Here he is. I found him. All right, here we go. YouTube at the Dr. John Deloney Show. Copying the link right now and coming at you. Here we go. Pasting it in. There you go. So go check out his channel because he's awesome. But what he would say, what he would say in that moment was that, sorry, it's buffering. Hold on. I hit the screen. Darn it. Okay, good. We're good. Dr. John would say that we want to be the kind of people that we can look at ourselves in the mirror and we can be okay with what we see. Remember when we went back, when I patted myself on the back and I self-validated? That's what Dr. John would say, that we need to be okay with the person that we are. So, perfect example of an action. When those texts came in on Tuesday morning, and they were coming real time as I'm live with you guys. And these are like little tiny arrows, basically saying, be quiet. You're not enough. What you're doing is stupid. All of these things are like, these are the messages that are being sent to me inadvertently. I'm sure they weren't trying to be mean or nasty. I just think they were sharing their opinion, which is their opinion. And that's okay. But the point is, it was hurting. It's so hurtful. It was so invalidating. And you watched me do it in real time, right? You were there. If you watch the live stream, you will see that I asked you guys to bear with me. I shared with you guys that something was going on in my personal life and that I was hurting in this moment. I didn't tell you what was happening. And if you watch the live stream, you will hear me say out loud, because this is how I do my self-talk out loud. I say loving and kind, because that's how I want to live my life. And that's how I strive to treat people at all times, even when they are hurtful. I have mentioned before that I have a belief system that is my own. I happen to be Catholic and I love being Catholic, and I don't push that on anyone else. Everyone has their own belief system, and I appreciate that. And that's totally fine and valid for you. And this is what is fine and valid for me. So in my belief system, then I would understand that Jesus would say, love your enemies and be kind to those who treat you unkindly. That's the message, the whole message really of God is to love people, full stop. Right? So that's how I try to live my life. I try to be loving and kind in all situations, even when someone is not loving and kind, throwing that my direction. My responsibility. I have to be able to look myself in the mirror and say, you did the best you could in that situation. And if I choose to go on my emotions and I choose to fire back, I can't look at myself in the mirror and say you did the best you could, because I know better, right? I know myself better than that. And I know I could have done better. So it's an action that I can change. I can choose to be kind and loving in a moment where someone is throwing stuff at me that hurts. And that's what I chose to do in that moment. You watched it happen live. So, good example, right? It all ties in together. It's all connected. So, if you'll notice on this live stream, the what is that called? Sorry, part of having all of the things I've been through with my heart and my open heart surgery. When you have open heart surgery and they take your heart and they put it on a bypass machine, while they work on it, they put it on a bypass machine. So the machines are doing all the work. The machines are breathing, the machines are pumping blood, the machines are doing all the things, and you are essentially dead in that moment. So part of that, when you go on those machines, one of the side effects that happens pretty frequently is called pump head. So if anyone has had open heart surgery, they probably have pump head afterwards. It's like this brain fog where things don't come to you. So that's why I was reaching for the word thumbnail in that moment, and I couldn't get it because the brain fog came in and stole it away from me. But I've got it now. The word is thumbnail. So if you see the thumbnail for this video, it's all about validation. And from my belief system, my value is supposed to come from, not from other people feeding me stuff that gives me value and validates me. It's wonderful to be validated. It feels so good, but that should not be my main source of validation and value. For my belief system, my value comes from being a created image, a created being. I got here somehow. And I choose to believe that I got here because this amazing God decided that I should be on the planet. And wow, right? That is amazing. For a huge, like, God up there who doesn't have to give a crap about me, decided that he wanted me on this planet. To me, that's awesome. And that makes me valuable. So that's why I put that thumbnail there, because it offers a little glimpse into my value system. And so you guys can come at me with, I disagree, or this is all psychobabble, or what you're saying is wrong, all of that stuff. I'm okay with that. I'm totally okay. It hurts, yeah, but it's not going to hurt my core of who I am, because I believe who I am is something different and has nothing to do with what you guys think of me. So that's why I'm here. I'm putting myself out there because I want to be loving and kind. I want to be the person that I believe God put me on the planet to be. And that is someone who reaches out and offers something to you in the hopes that it makes your day brighter or makes your day a little less lonely, right? Because we're lonely. We're surrounded by technology and digital stuff, and we are feeling alone a lot of the time. So if I can help with that in any way, and I can even be, you watch the replay and you have someone sit with you in for an hour, that's cool with me. That's awesome. So we're at 11:45 and I might have lunch plans with my kids, my 2 girls today. The other day on Tuesday, I said I got to go because my daughter is expecting me to be there with her, and she was, and we had a great time. And today, my 2 daughters, right? My biological daughter and my daughter in love, Elena, my son's fiance. I think we're going to go out for lunch. So that's what I'm going to go do. I'm going to go connect with people because that makes my heart happy. What can you do today that would make your heart a little happier? Like I said, I have my life has kind of imploded in an area in the last day. And so that makes it even more important when my heart is hurting that I do what gives me joy, and that is connecting with people. So I'm going to go and I'm going to connect with my people, and I'm going to go connect with the lady at Target, and I'm going to go connect with the lady at Panera or the guy at Lowe's. The other day I had to get a key made, and I talked to Eric at Lowe's here, and it was awesome. So I'm going to go do what I do. And I hope that you have a lovely, lovely day. Remember that your day doesn't have to be going great for you to have a lovely day. Just something to think about. Okay, so I'm exhausted. I hope you guys got something out of this stream. If you happen to be still watching and you got something out of this stream, if you could just put it in the comments. You know, like I give you everything I've got for this hour. This is so important to me that I lay it all out there. And by the time I'm done, I'm really tired. But if it means something to you, it's so worth it to me. I will do this every day. And so if you watch this and you got anything out of it, if you could give me a comment below and just say, hey, this was so great for me, or this touched my heart, or something like that, that I know that this is helping someone or being helpful would be great. And again, we're going to just reiterate that I am jumping through lots and lots and lots of hoops here, trying to make my phone think it's a computer to be able to do this stream like this, because YouTube has this rule about 50 subscribers, 50 subscribers I need before I can use the YouTube live stream app. So right now we're not at 50, and that's okay. We'll just keep going. If you happen to see the show and you could just pop and subscribe, hit the subscribe button, that would be so helpful. I got to get to 50. So if you could help me with that, I would really, really appreciate it. So that would be a big help to the stream. It would look so much better. Anyway, until then, we're going to just continue on the way we've been doing. If you could share the show, that would be even better. And other people could start subscribing. That would be so helpful. Okay, so I'm on my way out here. I'm on my way to go have some lunch. I love you guys so much. I think about you guys every single day. I think about the hurting people around me. I think about the people that I may never even get to meet. And I'm thinking about you. I'm praying for you. And I hope that you will be able to find some sunshine in your life today. Okay, I am going to sign off here right quick. And I will talk to you guys again next Tuesday, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I hope that you can join us and let's build something together where we hold people's hearts gently and kindly. Okay? So that's it for me today. Lots of love, and I will see you again soon. Bye for now.